When Orlando Magic point guard Michael Carter-Williams told his mom he was investing in Dapper Labs, the company behind NBA Top Shot, the NFT collectibles marketplace everyone is talking about, she was confused.
She doesn't understand, NFTs too much right now. I've been trying to explain it to her.
The 2014 NBA Rookie of the Year was part of a $305 million investment round for the blockchain company earlier this year.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so new, and it's hard to trust, I guess, at first.
It's hard to trust something so new, but many are trusting it anyway, delivering Dapper Labs a $7.5 billion valuation in April. So when I was asked to do a story on what the future of NBA Top Shot, NFTs, and the NBA could look like, my first thought was, what in the world is an NFT? Two things you should know about me. NBA and NFT are probably the two three-letter acronyms I know the least about. But unlike with the NBA, I've actually tried really hard to understand NFTs. I've read 12 articles, 4 think pieces, listened to 5 podcasts, and I still don't get it. Michael Carter-Williams' mom and I are not alone. One April 2021 survey of nearly 2,000 Americans found 70% of them said that even after an explanation, they still don't understand what an NFT is. But before we delve into what their future with the NBA could look like and why Wizards owner Ted Leonsis is so excited about them, let's do a quick primer on NFTs and what they are. But let's let this expert I found while listening to Unchained, journalist Laura Shin's podcast on all things crypto, do the explaining.
My name is Mason Nystrom. I'm a research analyst at Messari, a crypto asset research and data provider.
What he said. First things first, NFT stands for non-fungible token, which means
Fungible just means that one asset is equal to another.
Things like US dollars are fungible.
When we talk about fungibility, like my dollar, you'd be happy to exchange it with your dollar.
NFTs like NBA Top Shot's trading cards are non-fungible, aka not a one-for-one trade with each other.
Like my digital trading card might be different than yours.
It helped me to think of NFTs as a file format.
Just in the sense that if you were to send an email and you wanted to send a document or an image, well, you would send that as like a JPEG or a PDF. An NFT is just a file format for sending assets on blockchains.
And blockchain, in basic terms, is a chain of virtual blocks of data. Each block contains information about transactions, and this network cuts out the middlemen other ways we make transactions are full of.
If you think of it in the context of like Venmo, you may be sending money to like your friend, but what's actually happening on the back end is that you're going through your bank account, then through Venmo, then to their bank account. Whereas a blockchain is just you sending money to your friend.
So NFTs are tokens on these blockchains. The same way Bitcoin is a token, NFTs are different kinds of tokens.
So that asset could be a piece of art, it could be a digital trading card, or it could be a domain name or something like, a title to a land registry deed.
And the welcome news for creators and artists is that making an NFT is relatively easy.
I'm heavy into Photoshop. Photoshop is like my go-to. That's my weapon.
Bosslogic is an Australian artist who recently started making NFTs. In March, his collaboration with UFC champ Francis Ngannou brought in over $580,000, an amount he never thought he would see his work go for.
Not in a million years. You would never, as an artist going in, especially digital artists, never think that you'll be earning $1 million. Or $500,000, or money that makes you like contemplate what you're doing in life. That's like you never think of that.
I decided to try my hand at making an NFT. So I opened up Photoshop and made this ugly little thing.
What's the value of this? What do you think?
That's the weird thing about NFTs. With you, this may or may not sell. Like you can put it for like maybe 0.2 in Ethereum, and it may or may not sell.
That's a nice way of saying no one would pay for this. But
let's just pretend Gary Vee made this. This would sell for like maybe 5 to 10 Ethereum, or even more.
Or about $40,000 at the time we did this interview. If I were to put this up for sale, it's relatively easy, though not cheap.
Places like Foundation, it's literally a click. It's like a couple clicks. You upload your image, and then it says mint, and you mint, and then you launch, you post it on, you list the NFT, and that's it. You wait for sale. If you're not really making money, and it costs like $70 to $80 to mint every piece, that's kind of gonna hit the pocket.
NBA Top Shot has harnessed the power of blockchain and NFTs and created a digital trading card marketplace where people can buy and sell moments, like this rare Kevin Durant dunk for $1,290, of which there are only 499 in existence. So what do people get when they buy a moment? Nothing physical.
When you have a trading card, you physically possess that trading card. If it's signed, well, then you own, maybe a basketball trading card signed by Michael Jordan. In the context of an NFT, you can think of it as a digital trading card, and the NFT comes with that digital signature because you know that it's legitimate, because it's been issued by some organization.
You also get the opportunity to sell if you wish, and this is the exciting part for a lot of people.
Say if I have a card, you buy it from me, and then you sell it to somebody else, I will still get a piece of, your sale. And that's the cool thing about it.
That's very different from a physical trading card. If Michael Carter Williams sold his Nikola Jokic trading card to me, and I went on to sell it for $500 more, three things would be true. One, Michael Carter Williams would have no way of knowing how much I sold it for. Two, he wouldn't know who the new owner is. And three, there is nothing stopping me from counterfeiting it, besides my moral compass. With the blockchain, Michael remains linked to that digital asset for life. That's because the blockchain retains information about every single transaction.
Okay, so now that you get what NBA Top Shot is all about, let's talk about what the future of this NFT craze could mean for professional basketball in the US. Let's talk to two people who are really, really excited about NFTs. Ted Leonsis, the owner of the Washington Wizards, and Zach Leonsis, the SVP of Strategic Initiatives for Monumental Sports.
All of a sudden, what the blockchain NFTs has done is take one-time event. I bought trading cards one time and turns it into lifetime revenue generation that everyone shares in on an ongoing basis. It's inherently a lot more fair.
Right, there are artists out there who we really value, Basquiat, Monet, Picasso, and we know that there are only a certain finite number of pieces that they've ever painted. And so the value, the scarcity that the blockchain can guarantee has a similar effect around really popular digital artists.
And the Leonsises already have their eyes set on what the next frontier for NFTs could be within the NBA. And this should have ticket scalpers shaking in their boots.
Ticketing and the secondary market on ticketing so that everyone understands where the ticket originated, how much it was sold for.
And he predicts that soon, you won't just be buying NFT tickets to go to the game. He thinks mega fans of Steph Curry around the world will also want to buy a Warriors ticket, even if they can't physically make it to the game at Chase Center.
Rui, our second-year player, a true sensation in Japan. I could see next year we doing a NFT for his fans in Japan that's in Japanese, and we do a limited number and people bid on it and they're buying it from Japan, and that we're giving it to our season ticket holders, and it's an alive ticket. It makes the ticket to that game dynamic. Some people might buy it and split it and say, here's the way to get in to watch the game. Some people may want to buy the ticket just to get the NFT on that moment. So your mind starts to expand.
And soon we may have collectible versions of championship rings. Well, NFT versions of them. We're actually already starting to see that.
I thought what Golden State did the other day was very instructive. Take championship rings and make NFTs, give it a limited amount that you could own a replica championship ring on the blockchain. You would buy it and then you could trade it and sell it.
When the Golden State Warriors did that, they generated $2 million from 327 NFTs in one weekend. Some of that money was donated to charity. And that's exactly what Michael Carter Williams wants to see more
I
of.
personally think that it's, could be huge in the charity world. Selling an NFT and, with however much, assets go to a charity, or, maybe your NFT goes to, some kids who, are less fortunate. Now it's their NFT and, they get to hold that for life. You know what I mean?
These all sound like exciting applications for NFTs, but there's one big hurdle any NBA team will have to overcome, and that's the knowledge gap. Remember how I said 70% of Americans don't understand what NFTs are? The Wizards are very aware of that.
And anytime you unveil a brand new technology, you do need to create an interface and an onboarding mechanism that makes it much more easy for new customers to truly understand what's happening.
It has to become part of the lexicon, like it has among Carter Williams and his teammates.
We'll talk about the games or something that's happened or somebody getting dunked on, or somebody will be like, yeah. And at the end, it's always like, yeah, that's going to be a moment.
And then there's still the risk associated with NFTs.
My general advice is never invest anything you're not willing to lose. At the end of the day, if you're betting on speculative assets, there's always the potential for a drawdown, especially in a liquid asset like a trading card.
But even when consumers understand, don't expect them to shell out too much money. An April survey found only 42% of Americans are willing to spend money on NFTs. How much? No more than $99, according to the survey. But some experts think it's only a matter of time before we see the masses embrace NFTs without truly understanding them. We've already seen it with Fortnite skins, the costumes you can put on a character in the video game.
A lot of people can't get over the fact that why does this NFT have value? And I think what's more important to understand is that consumer behavior and how we value things really shifts over time. So for example, Fortnite skins are a digital asset that is a multi-billion-dollar asset class. And people spend money on that all the time, but it has absolutely no value in the game and doesn't provide you any additional benefit in performance of that game. And so understanding that you may not see the value in something, but the way we see value evolves over time is, I think, really important for understanding how NFTs are going to proliferate into the future.